Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Halt.
Jacques.
Halt.
What's up, folks? What is going on? What is happening? Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is your way. We got the Super Bowl here, Jacques. Hey, man, Super Bowl is here. The Titans ain't in it, but hey, we're here, and we're gonna definitely talk about the Super Bowl and everything. And Jacques, man, how's your day, bro?
Man, every day been busy, man. Real busy. Trying to get
Yes, sir.
everything together. Junior got a basketball game today, so always on the move, man. You know how he is. What about you?
Absolutely, man. Same here, bro. Had to take care of my vehicle today, man. I had a flat tire and having to just get things done, man. You know, grown man stuff as always, man. So yeah, man.
Yeah,
So what's up, folks? Who do we got in the chat already, man?
we got Lee, Toya in the building. What up?
Oh, your P, what's good? What's happening?
You got James. He said, "Welcome, guys." Got Keisha in the
What
building.
up? What's up?
You got Aiden in the house. He says it's the best birthday present ever tomorrow. What up, Aiden? Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I don't know.
Happy birthday, fellow Aquarian like myself. Happy birthday! My birthday was on January 24th. What's up? What's happening? Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, as you all know, the Kansas City Chiefs played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on tomorrow for the Super Bowl. For those in the chat, man, let us know where you're going to be watching the Super Bowl at, by the way. So we're going to get into it, man. 19. All right. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Hey,
welcome.
Welcome, man.
We've been there. Let me say that. Yeah. We've been there.
Yes. A few times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So Jacques, man, looking at it, man, with Tampa Bay, the 49ers and the Chiefs, looking at this, man. So just knowing for what you know, seeing both of these teams play a lot of games and things this season, going into this game, who do you think will win this game, Jacques, and why? I want to know why you think they're going to win.
Man, dog, this is tough because there's so many ways I can go with this. Who I think will win this game? To be honest, man, I still think the Chiefs are going to take this game. And it's crazy. And as much as I don't want that to happen, because if I got to root for one of the two, it'd be the 49ers. But I just think the Chiefs, man, they know how to pull the magic hat and the magic trick out at the right time. And if I'm a betting man, I would not bet against the Chiefs. Let me say that. With the defense that the 49ers have, and even looking at the previous game when they were playing the Lions, they started off slow, started off sluggish, kicked it into gear, but I'm comparing the quarterbacks. When I look at the quarterbacks, when I look at Brock Purdy, I look at Patrick Mahomes, I know Cam Newton stirred up some stuff about Brock Purdy being a game manager, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And I can somehow say that Brock still needs a lot of growing to do, even when it comes to just this being his second year. Second year in the Super Bowl, cool. But he has a nice team around him that's helped him. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to these particular quarterbacks and how they perform. And to be honest with you, man, I just think you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. He just has too much magic. And I just think that with this game, I believe the Chiefs are going to take this game. What about you?
Facts, no paper, Jacques, man. Hey, everything you stated, man, makes perfect sense. And Jacques, before even asking you this, man, I had made this decision myself several days ago, bro. Man, I had to say the Chiefs as well, man. I mean that. It's hard to go up against Patrick Mahomes. And to your point, shout out to Brock Purdy. He's done a really good job for what he's been asked to do. The offense has been running very well, and I've been very impressed with San Francisco's defense. But looking at the Chiefs again, even though they don't have talented receiver, Patrick Mahomes gets it done. And I think the 49ers are beatable. They don't scare me on offense, right? Of course, you got Christian McCaffrey and those things, but the 49ers are beatable. And the Kansas City Chiefs, where they're really doing well, is on defense. When you look overall, at their, Chris Jones still doing an unbelievable job, there on defense. You look at, the defensive coordinator there as well. I mean, they are really doing a hell of a job for who they have. And it's kind of like Tom Brady. It's like you go against them, then they end up winning. You know what I mean? So, if you look at the side of the coin, if you flip it 10 times, and if it flips on the tail side, and that's the side that they'll win, they'll probably go 7 out of 10, right? Yep. So I'm going to have to say I really do think the Chiefs, Andy Reid, I just think these guys are. I don't want them to win. I would take, but just looking at if I had a preference as well, Jacques, we're saying the same. I would prefer the Niners to win, but I'm
Yep.
going Chiefs here. I think the Chiefs are going to beat
Yep.
the San Francisco 49ers.
Nope.
Simply
I
off
agree.
1587 and Taylor Swift, man.
Yep. And as the Awakening to the Eternal.com says, the 49ers are a better team, but the refs will give it to the Chiefs. So again, that's something that we can't ignore, right? And being a bet man,
Facts.
if you're a bet man or bet woman, I would put all my coins in on the Chiefs. I mean, it is what it is. And I know again, America is well, if we had to choose somebody, it'll be the 49ers that America will want to win. But again, I can't do that. I can't do that. So Hawk, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Who is your pick for the MVP?
Yes.
We probably on the same page even with that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I really hate giving easy answers, right? And okay,
I
so I'm
do
gonna say
too.
this, Jock. I'm gonna give MVP for the Chiefs and the Niners, whoever is to win the game. Is that
Okay.
fair? Is that okay? All right.
That's super fair. That's
So
fine.
yeah. So with Kansas City, I'm gonna have to say Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna have to say Mahomes. If I put money on it, if I gamble, I'm putting $100 on Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP if the Kansas City Chiefs were to win this football game. Patrick Mahomes again controls the whole offense with Travis Kelsey, Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco. Those guys, they do a good job, but they have to just absolutely act the clown to win the MVP. There's times where the running back that they had several years ago, Williams, he had a heck of a game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think he had a better game than Patrick Mahomes in a lot of ways for his position at running back versus quarterback. Patrick Mahomes still wins the MVP. Somebody would have to really take looking at them offensively, they don't have any players that's going to give you 200 yards receiving or 200 yards rushing. So the only player that would be Travis Kelsey as the tight end. But for a tight end to get 200 something yards, I think that's going to be kind of tough. So I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs. If I look at the 49ers, I mean, the easy answer there too is Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to have to go with McCaffrey. I will tell you the Kansas City's run defense has been very, very good this season, man. They have done a great job. When you look again, Chris Jones and those guys, you look at Bolton, the linebacker, those guys do a very good job. And then in passing the football, we look at Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed. You're talking about two guys, man, maybe one of the best corner tandems in the league. So I think if anything, if Christian McCaffrey can make some things happen. In order for them to win, it has to be Christian McCaffrey for that. So those are my two picks, man. What about you, Jacques?
Man, I told you it was going to be similar. It's the same, man. I mean, from the Chiefs, you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. And like you said, on the Chiefs, I really can't see besides Travis Kelsey, anybody on that offense really just picking it up because it hasn't been like that all season. The reason why they're in the Super Bowl now is because of Patrick Mahomes.
Facts.
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey, those are the two. Pacheco, yeah, he's helped. We know Kadarius Toney ain't done nothing but just sit there and complain the whole time. Right. So when I'm looking at this whole thing, I'm like, it's the easy answer. Or give it to Andy Reid. If you really want to switch it up, give it to Andy Reid. Andy Reid, you want the MVP? There you go. But I just think from the Chiefs side, Patrick, and from the 49ers side again, it's not going to be Brock. Just by default, because he's a quarterback, he possibly, if he has a good game, he can be the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But just how the run defense is for the Chiefs, Christian McCaffrey, if Kyle Shanahan was smart, he would stick to what we call the run game. Christian can go off, right?
Yep.
He can have a field day. So I would say Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers. Okay. It really sucks because it's like, okay, this is too easy. It's too simple.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tell you who else can win MVP. You ready for this?
Go for it.
From the Chiefs side, Taylor Swift.
Oh.
That's okay. That's the real MVP.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is your 2023, 2024
MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Well, Jacques, I'll tell you, if I gave my microwave MVP, because what we just did is serving we served the MVP, the food, everything on the oven. If I put it in the microwave, I'll go Deebo Samuel for the Niners, Travis Kelsey for the Chiefs. Who's your microwave MVP?
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
It's the same. I take that back. I'll say, well, yeah, because I was going to say Kittle, but now Kittle to me, He's that
You got
B tight
Ayuk.
end.
You got Ayuk out there.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Ayuk has to have he has to get 350 yards and 12 or 13 catches to get the
Yeah.
MVP in my opinion. But again, Debo and Travis, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it has to be a secondary, but again, I just think that now if we focus on the quarterbacks again, Brock Purdy has a shot. I just don't think he. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's this Super Bowl, man. It's not the Super Bowl I wanted. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. So, okay, y'all. Well, hey, we're gonna get into our favorite part of the show, man. Hey, thanks for those in the comments, man. Hey, throw your comments. Who do y'all think will win? We got Stoner Titan thinks the Chiefs will beat the Niners. We got who else? We got Keisha. I thought I saw one more. Okay, Keisha said she wants the Niners to win as well. So, Jacques, we're gonna get into our favorite part of the show, man. As always, man, the Super Bowl edition of the live chop up. As you always know, it's as always, man. Hey, we want you all to get an opportunity to ask us as many questions as you can. Looking at the live chop up again, we're gonna sit at the table. We want you to take the ingredients, chop it up, man. Hey, put it on the table, man. Hey, and let's get to it, man. Live chop up time.
Yep. Ask anything y'all want to. It's free game. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. I know Stoner Titan says the logo color is light blue and yellow equals Titans versus Rams.
Rams 2.0. Okay.
But technically, yeah. Where's the Super Bowl at next year? New Orleans.
Ooh, good
It's in New
question.
Orleans.
It's in New
I think it's
Orleans.
in New
Okay.
Orleans. It's New Orleans. I
Boy.
just go down
Hey,
there just to be around.
ooh, Keisha Bible, you know how it was in New Orleans, man. That was an
Yeah.
Jacques, that was the best atmosphere ever, man. For real.
Yes, it was. Yes,
Yep.
from the beginning of the trip to the end of the trip.
That's right.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing, man. It was amazing.
It
Let's
was.
see.
What up, Titan
Tennessee Titans.
South?
What up, Titan South? He says, do y'all think Callahan is going to maximize Will Levis? Oh, I'm gonna let you answer that first. Do you think?
Absolutely. First of all, if y'all seen Will Levis of late, he is having a ball. By the way, in the Super Bowl festivities, but he won almost $300,000 gambling on the table. Like, whoa, right? And then he beat Trevor Lawrence and Pete. So this guy's competitive. So the answer is yes. I think a part of the reason why they hired Callahan is because they know, his pedigree. They know the fact of the offenses he has been a part of, and absolutely he's going to maximize Will Levis. They have to, you know what I mean? So absolutely, I think the coaching staff that they have as well is going to do everything they can to get the best out of Will Levis. He'll be ready. It's go time, man. What about you, Jacques?
Yeah, that's why they got. Unfortunately, that's why Vrabel's not here right now.
Yep.
That's why Vrabel's not. He can't maximize now. They're setting this team up to this. They're setting the team up for Will to be successful. Will has to come out humping. I'm sorry. He's going to have to come out humping because I feel like I know Rand and Callahan are maximizing this thing where they're saying, okay, we're going to build the offensive lineup. We're going to put the talent around him. We're going to make sure everything is set up for him to be successful.
Yep.
The expectations for him next year is going to be through the roof. It's going to be through the roof. And that 2-year thing, he has the competitiveness to elevate. Now, I don't want him to be compared to Josh Allen anymore because I feel like Josh Allen is hitting a stale point. So I think Will needs to make his own lane and get out of that because I know people have been comparing him to Josh Allen. Physically, yes. Mentally, I think he's better than Josh Allen when it comes to a competitive standpoint. Now, when he built his team up, I'm gonna throw a question out here. You ready? Paul, I'm gonna throw this to you first. What is your expectations for Will Levis this year? Is it A, to win more games than we won this year and win the AFC South? 2, get to the playoffs, satisfy that, or 3, get to the playoffs and win a playoff game and at least try to get us to where I'm not saying Super Bowl, but at least get to a playoff game and at least win it. What is your expectations from Will Levis in 2024? And people in the comment section, go ahead. Y'all can answer too. Go ahead, Al.
So looking at the roster for Will Levis, the roster is going to have to improve. I'm going to say that up front. Okay, I'm not going to say just him. The roster needs to improve. With the better roster, I am going to put a higher expectation on Will Levis. Right, I am. And so my expectation for Will Levis is to get to the playoffs. That will be a success. Get to the playoffs.
Okay.
If we
Ooh,
win a
that's
playoff
heavy, Hawk.
game based on our what do you say?
I said that's heavy. Keep going though. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, that would be really based on the talent in the NFL. If we have talent around him, Will Levis has the talent to get us there. So it's a matter of who we have around him. And if we make the playoffs next year, win or lose in the playoffs, dude, that's a success. Because we suck. We're the seventh worst team in the NFL. And we make that transition in one season with all these new coaches, a new GM, a new quarterback. Basically, Will Levis, played games last year, yes. He still got ways to go. He's still very young in his career. We don't know the running back situation. A lot of things. So, looking at our division, looking at the league, it's palpable to say that, hey, we can make the playoffs. But our roster is not a playoff roster right now. We don't have a playoff roster. We suck. So it depends on our team around him, and he has to make it happen. What about you, Jacques?
I want him to stay healthy. That's my biggest thing for him this year. That's number one for me. Stay healthy because he plays with a lot of passion and energy and physicality. That's what scares me about Will. Will has the tangibles. He has the arm. It's still again out because he still has to prove that he can win consistent games throughout, right? That is my thing. That's what I want to see. I want to see consistency. I know you can do it, but like you said, I'm gonna add to that, Hawk. The roster has to match what they have because he still has to prove it as well. I'm a Titans fan. I love my Titans. I love my team. I'm excited, but I'm also here too because I'm like, okay, I've seen a little bit of you, but I also got to see a lot more of you to say, okay, hey, we got it, right? We got it. And like you said, if we can get to a playoff game and we can win it, then yeah, oh, we got it. Like, okay, we're here. But that's not on Will. That's on Rand Carthon and Callahan to build this thing up. So I'm looking at them first to say, okay, hey, y'all got to build this thing up to where you building it up to make it where he's going to be successful. The biggest thing in the AFC South is something that he has to catch up to, which is CJ Stroud. He has to catch up to CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud won a playoff game. Yes, he did win a playoff game. Yes, he did. He won a playoff game. He won a playoff game. So now Will is playing catch up, and Will knows that because that's why he's so fired up. He's like, okay, I let this Joker beat me. Oh, no. Well, I gotta either get to his level or I have to surpass him. Yeah, we can say he's the best quarterback in the AFC South. We can talk that. We can have fun banter. But at the end of the day, right now, the best quarterback in the AFC South is CJ Stroud. And again, my apologies because I didn't think he was going to turn out like that. That's just me being a Titans fan, and that's just me being like, okay, I see him. He's okay, right? So to take my glasses off, my actual Titans glasses, and look at this thing in a reality with my reality glasses, no, like you said, we got a lot of work to do. But from a Will Levis standpoint, he knows he holds himself at a high standard. You got to beat that guy right there. And once you beat him twice, we didn't even touch him. We didn't even beat him this year, right? We got to beat that guy right there because right now he's the quote unquote best quarterback in the division, right? And it's still to say, okay, yeah, he got his second year, but he did something that Tannehill couldn't do by himself was win a playoff game. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's my expectations. One, please stay healthy because if he goes down, where are we at? You see what I'm saying? I like Malik, don't get me wrong, but can Callahan maximize him too? You see what I'm saying? Can he maximize him talent? Is because I feel like Will is dealing with some type of lingering injury that he needs to heal his body up. So that's another thing I would like to see him do this offseason is heal up, get 100% because I feel like a 100% Will Levis. You can maximize his talent then, but Hawk, he was hurt half the damn season and doing was that. Right, so if you can maximize him and get him healthy, oh man, we should be okay, right? But if he comes out game 3 or 4 and his ankles messed up, his toes messed up, we got a problem. We got a problem.
Yeah. We got to build that. We have to build that O-line, man, to keep, because without an O-line, that makes it worse for him because he's reckless himself. And if you got an O-line that can't block for him, he's going to end up getting hurt again, So, for sure, man. So,
that's the problem. That's what scares me. Again, the health of it, man. I'm like, keep him healthy. Yeah, I didn't think anybody thought about Stroud, but because person he had around bro, Stroud. I didn't think Stroud was gonna turn out like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. And
Yeah.
I owe apologies. That's my apology, man. I got that
Yeah, I
take
don't think
all wrong.
nobody did, because if that was the case, he would have been first pick of the draft. People
Yeah,
knocked him down because of his score. He had a really bad test score. But let me tell you who knew about CJ Stroud. This guy
I
did.
think you about to get to it. I go ahead. I think we
Yeah,
on the
boy,
same.
Rand did. Rand knew
You
about
said
CJ Stroud. That's why he was
he
trying to
did.
move up to draft him. He
He
knew
did.
about him.
Mm-hmm.
He knew about him. The problem was it was leaked,
Yeah,
right? And Houston not only grabbed him, they also drafted the defensive player of the year too. So all those things
Anderson.
help.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying about Will Levis. All that helps in moving. You can have a great quarterback. If your team isn't good, you're not going nowhere. The Bengals
yep.
didn't go to the
And
playoffs either, right? The
you
the Chargers didn't go either.
you
So
want to know scary too? The Texans are young. They got young talent.
right,
So the Titans
correct,
have to match that too. We're gonna have to match that young talent that they got, and they just gonna keep getting better and better. It's not fair, man.
right.
It's not fair. It's
Yep.
not fair at
They
all.
draft well. They
Bro,
drafted
it's
much
not.
better than us.
They did. It's
Yep.
trash, bro. Like it's literally trash. I'm sitting back. I'm like, they got this. Like you said, Will Anderson. Then they got Tank Dell. I'm like, then they can only
Yep.
get better, and people want to play
Yep.
for them. And no, man, like we
Yep.
can't catch a break to save our life. There's just
Yep. That's
oh,
right.
we got a Browns fan. Woo-hoo. As a Browns fan, I think Will Levis is going to be better than CJ Stroud, just showing some love. I appreciate thank you for watching the show, by the way, bro.
Yeah.
Thank
Woo woo.
you.
Is that because Houston beat Cleveland? Can I be honest with you on that one? Is that why?
Problem.
Shout out to Woo Woo, man. Shout out to you,
Look,
bro. Shout
hey,
out to you.
thank you for watching the show, bro. You ain't got to do that.
For
Appreciate you,
sure.
dude. I really
For
do
sure.
appreciate it. What hurt Stroud playoffs is lack of mobility, though. Will Levis is far more. He's mobile, but he's reckless too. Did you remember when
Right.
he ran over Buddy? That's cool and all, but after a while, you older you get, the more you're gonna feel them hits. And that's why I'm hoping Callahan talks and says, "Hey, calm down.
Yep.
Just do you take off when you need to take off. Don't be out here acting stupid." Oh, that's what it is. Hawk. There you go.
The goal line comes out already, man. Okay, gotcha, man. Well, but see, when you think about Will Levis too, when you look at even what he's doing in the offseason, he's playing ping pong. He's hyped about that. I mean, I would be hyped too if I won $330,000 on a in gambling. I would be hyped too. But you can just tell he has a lot of energy. He can't help it. That's who
I
he
know.
is. So Callahan, they're gonna have to really work on. See, that's the thing too. I like that. It's just a matter of putting it in the right box, right? You could compart this and put it somewhere, right? And so it's just a matter of finding, okay, Will Levis, you got this energy. We got to keep this. We got to keep this somewhere else, so you won't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself, man. And I don't like. Let me say this, Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong, but I want Will to be his own person. I get the comparison. I think to be honest with you, he's better. He's a better competitor than Josh. I'm not taking anything from Josh Allen. I'm not. Rico, don't beat me up about that. But I just think he has a lot more fire than Josh. The risk part is what you get if you hit the nail on the head with that. Is when Will takes those risks, and not just physically, but mentally too. That was a knock on him in college. It's his decision making. It's like he has the tangibles, but just don't mess up in the right time.
Right.
Don't throw it. If you see it, if it's not there, don't throw it, dude. I'd rather for you to throw it out of bounds than try to attempt to throw it to somebody and it gets picked off or something crazy happens. Right. That's why, and I think that goes into what you're saying, Hawk, is that competitive. And he's always like this, and he's like, Will, calm down, bro. Just calm down.
Just calm down.
Breathe, man. They need to put him in meditation class. Like, bro, just
and to your point about Josh Allen is a risk taker. He runs the ball a lot. But I think Will Levis is more of a risk taker, if you ask me. I think Josh Allen has learned. He has learned over time, right? He still takes a lot of hits, and Josh Allen's a competitor. Dude is tough. I'll take Josh Allen on my team any day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's tough.
Yeah.
So
he needs to clean up those interceptions.
Right. Yeah. Of course. But again, But as I've always mentioned about Josh Allen and quarterbacks in the league, how many premier quarterbacks are in the league? Two. Yeah, maybe one. So you take if you don't have one, okay, who's next? I'll take him, right? Because there's a whole lot of from 10 down, they're all the same to me if you ask me.
So if you had a Will Levis or you're gonna say Josh Allen. But the thing I like about Will is Josh. And I like Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong, but his decision making to be this long and tooth in the league, and I know people can compare it to Brett Favre because Brett Favre is like that, right? Brett Favre throw that thing down there, interception. Josh has to learn, man, dude. Stop. You competitive. You're a competitor. Yes. I watched a whole maybe 2-minute video of somebody made a video of him of things that were Josh Allen's fault and things that wasn't Josh Allen's fault. And when it came to those interceptions this year, what was it? Maybe I put maybe 80% pinpoint on those things being his fault. And I think that's why Stephon Diggs was frustrated. People were saying he's trash. Stephon Diggs is not trash. I'll take Stephon Diggs on our team any day. I think it's a combination of both. How do you go from being this to this, right? I'm just saying. So with Will, I just think the Josh Allen comparison from a physical standpoint, yes. A competitive standpoint, I think Josh has that fire, but I think Will has that fire 2.0 in him. And I think it's just going to keep getting better and better and better and better. And I'm not just saying it because he's on our team and Titans fans, but I just see the potential in him. I do. I see the potential in Will. It just, I don't want him to be the bad parts of Josh Allen, throwing freaking 3 interceptions in a game, each game, or every other game. Nah, we ain't, that's the Josh Allen I don't want to see, or the Will Levis I don't want to see if we're going to compare the two.
Yeah. Okay. So in the comments, those in the comment section, so I got a question for everybody, including you, Jacques. So again, we are in the Super Bowl right now with the Chiefs and the 49ers. As you all know, the game is on Sunday. And there's something that they've done to make it to the Super Bowl, right? There's something, especially the Chiefs in particular, there's something that they're doing that keeps putting them in the Super Bowl. Now, you all exclude the referees and all that. They're in the Super Bowl. So what can the Titans learn from both of these teams, man, to get to that point? From both the 49ers and the Chiefs. What can they do to say, look, man, we need to maybe carbon copy this to help us to get in the Super Bowl or, make playoff chances better?
There's 3 things that they did. They, one, they got a nice coaching staff, which I think that's what we're building now. 2, they've been able to draft very well, both teams. And if you look at a lot of their starters on their team now, a lot of their draft picks, some of them are free agents, but a lot of them are draft picks, right? 3, they both have a great supporting cast. I say the 49ers better than the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes to me is doing it with us, right? From a 49ers perspective, they've built and they've drafted so well that Brock Purdy is not even the best player on their team, right? You could say Christian McCaffrey is the best player on their team, and Brock Purdy just needs to do enough just to be okay, right? From a Chiefs standpoint, it goes back to drafting. Andy Reid. I mean, if it wasn't, who did you seen Patrick Mahomes playing college a little bit, right? At Texas Tech.
I did.
He did. But I didn't expect him to be this, right? They knew when to use him. They knew when to put him out there. They was like, okay, we're gonna do what we do. But they still, to me, had a decent team around them, and they did it through the draft. To me, it starts with their coaching staff and the draft. And as they say, collaboration. But the coaching staff and the draft is, to me, what I've seen from these particular 2 teams. They've been able to elevate, man, and they've stayed in the mix for a long time. And when they need to pick up a free agent or 2, they don't have to break the bank to do it because the draft, each player has elevated each time to take that particular position. Yeah, we might need to plug one here, there. But the draft, to me, is the biggest thing that I've seen between these 2 teams. Brock Purdy, the last pick of the draft. And he's in a great system. So coaching staff and the draft. What about you, Hawk?
Facts, no paper. The draft definitely, to me, is definitely the number one. So I'm gonna add to that, man. So when you think of the 49ers and the Chiefs on offense, I think they're built. I really think they're built very different, except for the tight end position. You got Brock Purdy, who's the lowest probably paying quarterback in the league, and Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest paid quarterback in the league. And Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Famer. Brock Purdy was the last pick of the draft. So starting at quarterback, looking at 2 total different situations, right? Christian McCaffrey, from a running standpoint, there's no comparison there, even to Pacheco or those things. The Niners have much better receivers than the Chiefs. It's not even close. Offensive line is comparable. I think, man, it's about who is your head coach. Is your head coach adapting to what's going on over time? when you think about offense, you got Andy Reid, a premier Hall of Fame coach, an offensive-minded coach. You got now you got Shanahan, right? There with the 49ers, a premier offensive head coach. Premier. So my hope for the Titans learning this is, can Brian Callahan do the same thing? Is he an offensive foresight like these guys? I think we can learn from that. In the past, we had a defensive minded coach in Mike Vrabel, right? So looking at these two teams is like, okay, so what's similar to these teams? Like, because there's a lot of differences. On defense, there was some similarities. You got a really good defensive lineman, good linebackers, good DB. So that's consistent. But I think, too, when you look at the Chiefs, man, it's just more on, like, man, like, offense, you really just have Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. That's it. Like, they do not have a lot of talent on offense. The 49ers have talent on offense, but their quarterback is questionable. So I was like, okay, what's making these things work? It's coaching. It's coaching. Can we develop players? That's been my question and thoughts for the longest time. Jacques, you as well. Can we develop guys like, say, a Rashee Rice, a fifth-round pick out there being wide receiver number one out there, right? Can we develop a Patrick Mahomes who should have been the first pick of the draft? He was a first-round pick, but look, he's a Hall of Famer out there. Travis Kelce, a fourth-round pick, a pure Hall of Famer, the best tight end ever played a game. Can we develop guys? So it's coaching. I think that's what we can learn from the Chiefs and the Niners. Can we develop these guys to get to a certain level? That remains to be seen, man.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, again, all that above. I think we can do it. I like what they building. Did you say Travis Kelce was the best tight end ever played a game, huh?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
Yep. I think so. Who do you think?
I like Antonio Gates.
Okay.
I like Gonzalez. What was his name?
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez.
You like them over Kelce?
Gronkowski. I mean, okay, let me say this. I'm going to say in this decade, yes, Travis Kelce is the best in this decade. Overall, statistically, because the game is played different now, he'll probably outshine him with the numbers. But I got to give Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez, they flowers, dog, because they played in a time where football was a lot tougher. And Travis Kelce did too. He did too for a certain extent of time. But and you can't throw out Gronk. Gronk was pretty solid too. He's good. I like Kelce.
Gronk and Kelce are in the same generation of tight end.
Yeah. But I would say Kelce still over him. Gronk didn't play long enough. Gronk. If Gronk would have kept playing, I believe Gronk could have been up there with Kelce. Let me say this. Kelce's cool. I like him. He'll be a Hall of Famer for sure. In my opinion, just me, I don't think he's the greatest to ever do it. Right. I tight end wise, we can do the ranking thing, but just the greatest tight end, he's cool. I like him. He's up there with Gates and Gonzalez and all them. Yeah, he's cool. I like Kelce, especially in this time. But yeah. Okay. That's funny, Hawk. I had to make sure I heard that right. I'm like the great. Okay.
Yeah, my argument. Travis Kelce. We talk about the playoffs. He got receiver numbers out there, man. He's up. He's all time right behind Jay Rice, all time in playoff history. That says a lot for a tight end. And Travis, if you look at, the fact that Tyreek Hill, people didn't think the Chiefs would win a Super Bowl with Tyreek Hill not on the team. They did that, and they back to the Super Bowl this year. With no receivers. That's all Kelce. I don't know if it's any other tight end to ever play in the league where you can just depend on your tight end as your number one receiver and you win Super Bowls. I ain't seen that. Gronk had Randy Moss. He had Julian Edelman. He had guys. So I don't know. That's my argument to it.
I mean, I like the debate. I just still think, again, with Kelce, he's behind Jerry Rice. But also, he has the fortune of playing in the league now. Man, you can get away with anything. So his numbers are going to be elevated, and to me, and numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Again, by numbers alone, he will get in the Hall of Fame probably in the next tomorrow or 5 years.
He retires.
Well, let me say this, because Tom Brady is not in the Hall of Fame yet. You have a time.
He's not eligible.
That's what I'm saying. Kelce won't be. I know what you're saying.
I'm just kidding. As soon as they're eligible, it It's a 5-year time frame before you can get into the
Hey, G, you
Hall of Fame.
funny. G, what up, G? He said, but Delaney, nah, you can't compare. Delaney Walker was good too. I like Delaney, but I can't
Yeah,
put him up there. But
no,
then,
I know. He's
but
not even close.
see, Jay Bryan, what you say? Couldn't go across the middle like that back in 2000. And that's my point. I like what these the newer generation is doing. Again, Kelsey was drafted even in that old time because I remember Cyprian laid dude out. That's the hardest hit Kelsey probably ever took in his
Right.
career was from Jonathan Cyprian. But I just got to give. We can't forget, and I'm not saying you're forgetting Hulk, but there was a time and a place in time, and on this timeline where football was really played like football. And now, to me, in my opinion, football is played in a way of it's going to elevate an offensive player no matter what. You're going to have numbers. Your numbers are going to be amazing. I got a 5-year-old son that'll be 6 this year. Whenever he decides to play, I'm not telling him to play defensive back. Son, you either play receiver if you have the body frame for it, or you play running back if you have the desire. If you want to play defense, cool. You just don't have to me, in my opinion, no way of just elevating as a defensive player anymore. So I think with the Kelsey thing, Kelsey's behind Jerry Rice for a reason. And he got one of the best quarterbacks to do it now as well. So that's another thing. Even with the Patrick Mahomes, would you say, Hawk? I know Tom Brady is giving Mahomes his flowers already. Do you think let me say this. Do you think Mahomes is going to pass Brady soon of being the GOAT? It's tracking fast too.
Yeah,
Do
it
you
is
think
tracking fast. I
it's
don't.
tracking fast as hell?
Right now, I'm going to say no. Right now,
Oh, you
because
don't
he
think
has
so?
a lot.
Okay.
He has a lot. He has a lot to go. You know, Tom Brady has I think what 6 Super Bowl. I mean, he has a lot of Super Bowls. So
Yeah.
Things got away. So let me answer this real quick too about I hear a lot about people talking about generations and things and the way the game is played today. Okay, the way the game is played today is because of what happened many years ago with
Yeah.
concussions and those type of things, right? So we're just adapting and adjusting to that right now. So Kelsey or any younger player that's in the league now, they can't help that, right? And there's no way to know how he would have done 10, 15 years ago. He still catch the ball still has to be caught, right? So he makes those catches. So what other player in the NFL because of now is elevated? That's the thing I don't understand. Running backs are not they're not elevated like they were back in the day. I don't see receivers being as elevated as they were back in the day. I don't hear people talking about receivers like they talk about Jerry Rice or Randy Moss and those guys. I don't see
You
that.
don't think so?
No, I
You
don't.
don't think so with you don't
No,
think so with Justin Jefferson and Jamar
no.
Chase and
I don't.
AJ Brown. So you don't. So what do you mean elevate? Do you mean from a numbers perspective, or you mean from like the Hall of Fame? Because I think it's kind of different. I think the receiver position is valued a lot more than it was. I mean, it was still valued back in the day, but I think it's valued a lot more now because of the way the game is changing.
Well,
It's
right,
changing.
because you have. What I'm saying is, okay, we're saying being Travis Kelsey being elevated like he's just the greatest tight end of all time. That's what I'm talking about. I
Right,
don't hear
right.
people talking about Jamar Chase or AJ Brown is the greatest receiver of all time. Never heard anyone say Justin Jefferson is the greatest
Oh
receiver
no,
of
no,
all time.
no, no, no,
So,
no, no. But
what I'm saying is like over time, as far as so many people talk about people nowadays are more elevated than they were back then. It's like, well, you got to put in the work. Is what I'm saying. Kelsey's put in the work to say he could be the greatest. Patrick Mahomes is put in the work. Outside of that, I haven't heard maybe Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? Like guys that are like Hall of Famers without question that have sort of elevated themselves. Them are the only 3 that I can think of in this generation that's like, oh yeah, he's a surefire Hall of Famer or whatever. I don't know if anybody else that has like if he played back in the day and things like that, things would be different. I don't think
I,
so.
I see Jefferson in them trending there. He broke Randy Moss's rookie record, and then kid that did it this year too from the Rams.
Right.
Things are getting done faster. Like the Super Bowl. What is this? Patrick Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl? Is this his 4th?
Fourth Super
This will be
Bowl.
his
Yep.
4th one. If
Fourth.
he wins, it'll be his 3rd one, right?
Yes, right, correct. Yep.
It'll
That's
be his
correct.
3rd one. Okay.
Yep.
He's tracking. If he can continue to do what he's doing, and without let me say this, without Patrick Mahomes, would Kelsey still be doing the same thing that he's doing now?
That's
So
what any
again,
player. That would be what
again, that's like Tom Brady and his. At the end of the day, it's the quarterback who's elevating these brothers and getting them where they need to go. At the end of the day, to be honest with you, yeah, Kelsey probably might go down in again from what you said, the greatest tight end ever. But it wouldn't have been for one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever pass him the ball because that's his target, right? So And I think Kelsey will retire. He'll be retired. And I still think Mahomes will elevate him. I still think Mahomes, even when Kelsey retires tomorrow, they will figure out a way to bring in somebody to replace him, and it'll still be the Chiefs that'll continue to climb. That was to your point, Hawk, what you said about Hall of Fame coaches, which Andy Reid is.
Yep.
I don't care. You can put us out there. He'll figure out a way for us to get the ball. He could put the Tennessee Titans Weekly family out there, and y'all can still figure out a way to get the ball. At the end of the day, yeah, Kelsey, as you said, might go down as the greatest tight end. I still think. I'm like, okay, he's cool. He's good. But at the end of the day, if he retires, I still think the Chiefs are going to be in the mix regardless, just regardless. Let me see. What you talking about, GG said records are meant to be broken. Outcomes in all that matters. Wins equals. Hey, again, that's the way the league is going now, where everything is breaking faster. Remember, Hawk, how long did it take Jerry or Tom Brady to get to where he needed to get to? It took him, he had to play to when he was like 45. Was it 45, 43? How old was Brady when he retired?
What he's 44, but he started 44. Tom Brady started balling in his second year.
Second year, yes. Patrick Mahomes can break that faster because of how the game is elevating. He can get to that super fast. Not saying it'll happen right now, but if the game keeps trending how it's trending, and anybody can argue me this, the game is tailored for offense now. It's not tailored for defense anymore. Even though I got to give defensive coordinators their credit. You said this the other day, Hawk. People wasn't out there breaking 30, 40, 50 points like they were 2 years ago.
That's correct.
Because the defensive minded coach, the defensive coordinators are getting smarter. But also, Roger Goodell sees dollar signs, and as Ocho Cinco said, it's a money game at the end of the day. The NFL is a business. And at the end of the day, if I see my business doing like this, I got to figure out how to get it like this. And we've seen a lot of questionable calls when it comes to referees and all this crap. So, hey, so let me see. Let's see what you got here. Jay, he said, I think so many offensive players are putting up good stats that it's making it seem like nobody's Hall of Fame because everyone's doing good. Everyone's throwing for 4,000 yards now. That's a hell of a point. Everybody is damn near eclipsing 4,000. You know what's crazy, Hawk? If you don't throw for 4,000 yards, that's a failed season for you. In their eyes. In our eyes, 3,500, I'm cool with it. They say Will Levis throws for 3,500 yards next year. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. But that comment right there, 4,000 yards is the standard now. Hell, even 5,000 yards.
And the thing is, too, it should play a part of that because, one, there is 17 games in the season, right? And then as well, too, players can't be aggressive on defense as they've had in the past. But if you look at points per game, there's not much of a difference than it was years ago. It's still about the same. You know what I mean? So over the last several years, defenses have stepped up on defense. Overall, as far as yards and points. When you have players like Brock Purdy balling, the last player to draft, that does let you know there's much more parity in the league now than has been in the past, for sure. So, yep.
It's again, I don't know. That's just it's different now, bro. It's different. Titan stuff. He said, imagine we play Indy week 1, and I think Will Levis he's, in my opinion, has outballed Richardson. Again, not knocking anything with AR. AR still has a lot to prove too. He didn't really show me too much. Now, I'm not just saying I'm a Titans fan, but to me, he didn't really show me as much as I would like to see, if that makes sense, to where he is. The Colts fans are saying he's the next best thing now, dog. In my opinion, no. What about you, Hawk? Did he do enough to really? He was hurt. I know he got hurt.
We didn't see enough. Indianapolis didn't either. So the book still remains to be seen. And then he hurt his shoulder, so he's got to come back from that too. So please somebody could correct me if I don't know if it's a thrown shoulder or not, but he has to come back from that as well too. So we'll see. We'll see how he comes back. But Max Titan, you're right. It was 7 Super Bowls, man. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you're right, Max Titan. 45. You're right. Hey, he bought. That's what the question was. Can Patrick Mahomes catch that? That's going to be tough. 7 Super Bowls. I don't know.
If he wins Sunday,
go ahead. Patrick Mahomes has the ability for sure. He's clearly the best quarterback in the league. He had just like Tom Brady was in his prime, right? So if you're the best in your position, especially quarterback. That's like in the NBA, or like if you're just the alpha, you're the top dog, you have opportunities, right? So I don't know, man. We'll see. He got some ways to go, man. Got some ways to go.
This is a good one. He said, I think the Titans defense is going to go from good to elite because of the new hire from the DC. Get ready. We're about to get sack numbers and shit. Hawk, how do you, and again, I did the Bleacher Report show. I know Hawk, you wasn't there. How do you feel about the new defensive coordinator that we hired? And Titans Weekly family, put y'all's thoughts in there as well.
I'm really impressed with our defensive coordinator. Outside of him, hiring his father for the O line, I'm as excited, more excited about that. I actually might be more excited about that, to be honest with you, man, because Shane Bowen, who got hired, I knew he'd be hired somewhere soon, right? Because he got a nice resume, man. But looking at Denard Wilson, man, from where he comes from, the Jets, the Ravens. Even when they played the Jets in New York and I was at the game, I was like, look, man, the Jets suck. But boy, they got a good defense, right? He has a way of coaching players to play to their max ability and to play with an integrity and just an intensity overall. So I'm very excited about the Denard Wilson hire. The OC hire, that might be another question. But I'm excited about Denard Wilson. I think the Titans have core players on defense that can really do something. But we still gotta add. We gotta add some more corners. We need more linebackers. We need more. We have holes, and we gotta bring guys in, and we gotta coach them up, man. So I'm excited about it, man, for sure.
So he coached at the Eagles. He was the Eagles defensive backs coach as well.
Did I say Ravens, man? I meant
Eagles. No. You was right. You was right. So you said the Jets, which is a passing game coordinator. To bring up
right.
Yeah, the Eagles and then the Ravens. So his resume. His resume is nice. It is real nice. It is. Man. I'm jumping because he can bait and he can bring in free agent talent like Geno Smith from the Ravens, that safety that played at Iowa with Amani Hooker. So you can pair those two up, and you can really elevate this thing even more. Man, that's got me geeked. Like you said, and I think I said this on the Bleacher Report show. The offensive coordinator hire is the biggest question mark / puzzling hire that I think that I've questioned so far with this whole coaching carousel that we doing, putting our coaching staff together. That one kind of I was like, okay, that might be I'm firing my homeboy. We grew up together. I'm giving you something to do. That one I didn't too much care for. But the offensive line hire, I think, is the biggest one that I'm more excited about. And I know the Cleveland Brown, what's his name? He was in here. I think he's still in here. Woo. Woo woo. The offensive, the offensive line hire that we hired, Bill, his dad, his daddy, he elevated that offensive line. Imagine what he's gonna do with our offensive line, right? So if I'm thinking of how Rand and Callahan are thinking, they probably might see something totally different than we see. We see a trash offensive line. I'll say the trash ass offensive line. Titans offensive line is trash. Okay, if you got kids in the room, I'm sorry. They might be looking at it. Okay, Bill can come in here. He can elevate him. He can elevate him. I don't know how he's gonna elevate Andre Dillard. I don't know how you're gonna do that. Good luck on that. But if they're seeing it in that way, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about that hire, dude, because that means he's going to come in here and teach them something. They're going to come in here and learn something. They're going to come in here and learn how to be an offensive line. So, yeah, man.
We got
I need to.
We got
to, bro.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
G, you tripping, G. G talking about y'all need to hire Vrabel back head of security. You stupid. G, you stupid, bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, boy, he's a fool. Boy, you feel funny, man.
That's hilarious.
Let me see. What's the hesitation with the DB's coach? Well, hold on. What's the hesitation with the DB's coach or D-line coach, etc.? Do we have any updates? So we did. Go ahead, Hawk.
Oh, go ahead, Jacques. Go ahead.
No. I'll let you have it because I think you have the list pulled up, don't you?
No, I don't. No.
Oh, shoot. I would have to go. We did hire a DB coach. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hawk. I think we did. Mm-hmm. D-line, I haven't heard anything about the D-line yet. But I think we did hire a DB coach. And I think we hired a linebackers coach who did coach with the Titans at one point in time, and we hired him back. So that's unique as well. You know who I would like to see come in as a tight ends coach? He's been throwing his beard out there, Delaney Walker. Can he teach people?
That we don't know. And sometimes though, like just say a player that was great at a position, right, for that franchise is a good move. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's a test. Just because somebody is good at a position at their franchise doesn't mean they can be a good coach, right? It'd be a test.
Right.
But why not? I mean, a tight end position could be something that could be coached on. An offensive coordinator could help to teach Delaney Walker how to be a coach in those things or whatever. So
Yep.
yeah.
Hey,
So
you still there?
yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
here.
thought we lost.
Yep.
Okay, I thought we lost. You were freezing up
Okay.
for a minute there. You good? JS75 says, I got a question.
Cool. Okay. All right.
Are we really getting new uniforms this year? I keep hearing rumors. I've heard the rumors too. I don't know how the legitimacy of the rumors. If it doesn't come from the front office, I ain't paying no attention to it. If it doesn't come from Amy, I'm not paying no attention to it. So I don't think so. What about you, Hawk? You think we get any new uniforms?
I think if I put money on it, I do think we're going to get new uniforms. I do.
Oh, okay.
I think based on the fact of us, when we wear these jerseys right here, these baby blue jerseys, we get so many people that love the jerseys, and I'm sure they look at jersey sales, right? It was so many people, even when we were on road games, wearing these jerseys. So I'm like, okay, that we think about money. I think we're going to have some new jerseys, and it might be a tweak to this, maybe a culmination of the two. I have no insight on it. I'm just saying I actually do think that we will. I do. I put money. I'll put money nice. We have some type of tweak. It would be.
I ain't putting no money.
It would be. I would love to have something like these Oilers jerseys, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Rodney says, "Hey Rodney, and I'm with you, brother. Just let me throw this out there. Remember how everyone was on Rand for not being at the Senior Bowl, and now they have built the coaching staff up. And I think Hawk, were you on that Bleacher Report show we did about this topic? I think we were. Were you on that?
I think so.
Okay. Before we continue, Sherrod comes in with $5 super chat. He says, I'm satisfied with the OC. He can teach the offense and won't leave in a year. Yes, sir. Thanks for the weekend stream. Yep. And remember, Sherrod, Callahan will be calling plays. So we even better. We even in a better position. Go ahead, give him that boom, Hawk.
That's right. Sherrod Butler. Do-do-do-do. Sherrod Butler. Do-do-do-do.
Boom, my bad.
Sherrod Butler in the building. Hey, bro, we appreciate the super chat, man. We appreciate it, dude.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate that. All right, so
maybe I was out on that show.
Okay. So yeah, I talked about this on the Bleacher Report show. Titans fan, you owe that man an apology, okay?
Absolutely.
Because he's working. He's trying to build this coaching staff up. He's trying to get us to where we're a winning product. He's trying to get us a Super Bowl. And I especially the media, our local media, I love them to death. But sometimes some of these takes, and shout out to Hawk for going at it with Jared Stillman on the 102.5 The Game. Hawk was giving him that work. So shout out to you on that, Hawk. But that really ticked me off when they were talking about that and making a big deal. I'm like, he's working. He's trying to figure out how to build this thing up, and he's doing a great job. So, no,
really
keep doing you, Rand. Keep doing you, brother. If you don't, I don't know if you watch our show, but I'm rocking with you 100%, man.
Yeah, that's right. And if you all look at our shows, we speak very highly of Rand and the work he's done. Many of our podcasts, we talk and gave a breakdown as to why we feel Rand has done an incredible job as a GM at the players that he brought in and the players he drafted. We're in a good position, Titan fans. We are, and we're going to continue to build. And that's why Rand, that's why he's here. So, all right. So we just went through our last question. And
you want to take this? You want to take this one real quick, and then we can ride?
Okay.
Yeah. Titan South, you'll be our last question. Titans question. He said, do y'all think Rand has 49? Yep, yes, he does.
Absolutely.
Yes, he does.
So no matter where you work, you're going to take something from somewhere, right? Especially if there's some success to it. You're going to take bits and pieces of that. So absolutely, he's going to bring that formula here. And I think the connects that he's had with the 49ers can bring an influence to the players coming to the Titans. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Good facts. Yep.
Absolutely. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we want to say thank you all for joining in to the show, man, for the Super Bowl edition, for the Tennessee Titans Weekly. We hope everyone is safe out there tomorrow, man. Hey, if you're drinking out there, be safe out there for tomorrow. As always, you can check us out on Bleacher Report. You can check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. Check us out on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. We are in those internet streets, folks.
Yes, sir. And when you do check us out on those platforms, please subscribe. Please hit a like button. Please share the content and get us out there, man. And again, Titans Weekly family, we appreciate y'all for watching us, supporting us, hanging with us, rocking with us, listening to us, talk Titans, and just talk life. So we appreciate it, man. And enjoy and be safe this weekend as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wait, as we always say and as we always do, folks, y'all be careful out there, all right? Facts!
No paper!